So when parents join the transformation team project, one of the things that happens is that it's not just me leading them through the program. There are two other mentors, Holly and Chris, who also lead parents through the program. So there are three of us thinking about every single family. And a couple of weeks ago, there was one family that I was like, hey, what's going on with them? I'm not sure right now this week. And the three of us were like, we don't know. So I reached out to this mom and I said, hey, I'm just checking in on you. I didn't see you on the last call, and I just want to make sure that you're doing okay. And part of the reason I did this was because her first month in the program was just a little bit rocky. I wanted to make sure she was finding herself now in month 2. At the beginning of month 2, I had led a group call where she and I wound up having a very intense conversation, where she was telling me how she feels incredibly suffocated by her child and by parenting. She loves her child, of course, right? And she's even expecting another kid. Also thrilled about this. But the day-to-day of parenting was feeling suffocating. So I had suggested to her all these different ways that we were going to bring connection and lightness into her life, because before we could take care of all the things she saw as issues and problems, we needed to create like a groundwork that felt abundant and fertile and happier, right? It's not good to work from a place where we're just focused on fixing problems. The results we get are not as good. So I said, listen, I really want to address all these problems with you. But one of the biggest problems right now is there's so much love and not enough joy. So we talked about ways that she could infuse play. And the more we talked about it over a few weeks, I saw her going under. And so on this particular call, I said, hey, talk to me. Like, why are you going under? What's happening for you? And she was like, I just can't do it. I am not a playful person like that. I don't play in that way. That is not what I think is fun. There are things I want to do in my life, but none of them are things my kid can do with me. And I feel like I'm already dying. And I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're asking me to play. And I said, and you hate me. And she was like, yeah, I kind of hate you. So we had this just beautiful conversation that resulted in just an outpouring of love, both from me to her, but also from her to herself, right? We talked about, what did play mean to her? When did she have it in her life? When did she not? What would it look like to allow motherhood in? And we talked about the fact that on some level, she was being a mother while still wanting to have her prior life. And she was like, I just need to get back to me. Like, I can't do this all the time. I'm being sucked dry. And I encouraged her to stop trying to get back. I'm not going to go into all the details because it was such a beautifully rich conversation. There's just no way I could do it justice in this particular format right now. But essentially, I asked her to surrender into motherhood. I asked her to stop trying to get back to a life that made sense and instead begin to discover the life she's currently truly living. To find the joy here instead of trying to drag her life over to the joys she used to have. It was a phenomenal conversation, the kind that we get to have on our group calls. And then she disappeared for a couple of weeks. I didn't see her. So now you can understand why I was like, maybe I should reach out. I sent her a note and I was like, hey, I'm just checking in. Are you okay? And I got a voicemail back. I'm only laughing because the voice message that I got back literally said something like this. It was like, "Hi, I'm doing great. I'm fantastic. I am just like totally loving playing with my kid. I'm having like the greatest time. Like everything's just been so great. I don't even want to go on with like the next month of the program just yet. I mean, of course I'm going to do it, but like I'm just holding off on the newest material because I know it's all about like all the fixing and the limit setting and stuff. And I just don't even want to do that right now because I am like loving the shit out of my family." And I left her a message back that said, "Hi, um, I'm so sorry. I had left my message for somebody else in our program. Like, I think this may be a confusion because, the person I left that message for definitely did not want to play and was not feeling this way. So I'm so sorry." And then I laughed and I was like, "I love it. I'm so happy for you. And yes, this is what we do. And I promised you that we would do it for you too, as much as I could. And I told you, I never know. Maybe it won't be possible. But given our track record, I'm pretty sure you're going to freaking love your life by the end of this program." And here she was, just leaving this gorgeous message for me. And, it was all that one conversation that we had that was actually like a really hard and painful conversation. But she really allowed it in. She really grieved her former life and then allowed herself to be reborn in this new life. And what a gift, not just for her, not just for this kid, but for the kid coming into their family, for their whole family. Like, this changes everything. So when I talk to you guys about what's possible, I want you to understand that even if you think that you know everything about connection or that like you know what you're supposed to do, you just can't do it. I get it. Everybody has a reason. Everybody has something that unlocks their soul, that opens up the problem into the possibility of how to fix it. And that's what we do. We spend time with you to find out what your particular lock is. And then we find the key. And it's just so powerful. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that story with you because, I don't know, every week I get one or two love letters saying thank you. And I don't know how to make it clear to you all what's possible, but I want to keep trying because I know that hope is a really important thing. And I know how hard it can feel when it feels like you don't get it. I know this, I know it, I've tried, I can't. I totally remember that feeling. And that's why I do what I do every day, because I want you to truly know what's possible. All right, my friends, if any of you are sitting there wondering, I don't know where I'm stuck, I don't know how to find the key, reach out to me. I will happily spend some time thinking with you. And if it's something that I think we can help with, I'll let you know. And if not, I'll send you somewhere else, somewhere that I think is more appropriate for whatever you're going through. But I do want you to know that if something hurts, it doesn't have to stay hurting. Things can change. Transformation is possible.